All right, we are live here on Facebook. We are live here on YouTube. This is the show. You don't know jack about sports, and we are coming to you live from YouTube. Thanks for joining me. I'm Captain Jack. Hopefully we'll get some folks to come on in. It was one of those, I don't want to say it was like a quiet weekend. I was busy getting a lot of things done. They're still doing the construction over on my house, so the house is still it's still got a lot of things going on. Moving from one room to the next room, cleaning up things as I can. I think you all might, if you haven't seen it already. Hey, we do got something to talk about there, Tommy. I hope that hopefully we'll get you in. When I open up that phone line, I know that you'll be ready. Nobody on Facebook. Wow, that's strange. It's the way it is. Again, it's one of those things. It's a sleepy Sunday night, and I'm tired, but such is life. Like I said, went out to the game today, saw a hell of a game. Phillies just whomping on the Orioles. But to be very honest, a lot of the Philly regulars were playing. There wasn't one member of the Orioles that I even recognized name-wise. So it was kind of like the varsity playing the junior varsity from junior high school. That's how much of a mismatch it was, 1-3 Phillies. But such is life. As y'all know, we do start off the show with the bottom line up front. And on a very serious note, I do want to say my deepest condolences to the football world, to Raider Nation as a whole. Hello, Denise. Good to see you, sweetheart. Please come over to YouTube. Better sound quality there. Better sound quality there. The line is www.youtube.com/C/Captain Jack Rackham Levy. But thank you, Denise, for coming aboard. Always a pleasure. Again, I'm sorry. Deepest condolences to the football world with the passing of Mr. Clem Daniels. I met Mr. Daniels once or twice on some of the events. I met him up in Canton for the Stabler after party when Kenny went in a couple years ago. It was just so nice and so down to earth. No, we did not put on any pretentious airs. Just a really, really great guy. Go Dodgers. Okay, Denise, we will talk some baseball, that's for sure. Hopefully you'll call in and talk some baseball. Go to YouTube, please. Better sound, better video. Clem Daniels, again, we lost him today. I've seen a lot of the different players that were extolling the greatness of Clem Daniels. Mike Davis had a really, really awesome opener, or I guess like little profile comments on Clem Daniels. So again, rest in peace to him. Rest in heaven, I'm sure. We definitely lost a really great guy in Mr. Clem Daniels. The biggest news of the day for me was getting home and watching the Duke UCF game. And actually, the other game is just on here, and Barkley and all the other boys from TBS, TNT were just talking about it. AJ, please come on over to YouTube, shipmate. Please come over to YouTube. And just watching the game go back and forth. Obviously, UCF being about an hour to the east, strong market here in Florida being USF, UCF rivalry. But UCF has really gotten to be a sports powerhouse. And if the one kid hadn't blown the jam off of a fast break layup, they would have been. I think the game was tied at the time. That was 2 points that obviously UCF would need in the past, or sorry, in the future. And then for it to come down for the last second, a really nice drive. I think it was Turner was the gentleman's name. Nice drive. Got the backboard. When hit the one area of the cylinder. Dawkins's kid comes by flying in with the tip and just out of the reaches. Did not go in. And again, I like UCF playing no one. We'll definitely we'll definitely have to talk about that. Tommy, there you go, Matt Marinovich. Thanks for being here, shipmate. But again, great game. I mean, and I was doing some getting the stereo system back together and getting a chance to do that, moving things. Probably gonna be doing that for the next several weeks. So again, but sitting down and watching it as I can. Great game. Kelly Perez, thank you for coming aboard, sweetheart. If you can, sweetheart, please go to YouTube. The YouTube page is listed up above. www.youtube.com/C/Captain Jack Rackham Levy. It's better video, better audio, and just you'll trust me when you go there. You'll see, better stuff all the way around. And while you're there, please subscribe. But thank you for coming in. Yeah, and we talked, Matt. I don't know if we just talked about Clem. So rest in peace as well. Hector, good to see you. Please come over to YouTube. Thank you. Appreciate it, sweetie. That's for Kelly, not you, Hector. I definitely didn't call you sweetie, Hector. I called Kelly sweetie. I'll call Denise sweetheart because she's my gal. Great nurse. Love me some Denise. Nurses keep me in line. If you can, please go over. But again, the March Madness has been a really entertaining couple games so far. Now we're down to the Sweet 16 next week, so can't wait for that. My Gators lost. I got it. I got an earful from Popeye, but that's the way Popeye is. Popeye is a big LSU fan. Randy Frame, I'm from Philadelphia, shipmate. So if you got nothing to say, oh well. I've been a Phillies fan probably longer than, I don't know how old you are, but probably longer than you've been alive, sir. I'm a sports fan. I wear my teams very, very, what's the word I'm looking for? You definitely know who you're talking to. Kelly Perez, thanks for coming over, sweetheart. And good to see you. Jimmy Farrell, I know, is going to call in about some hockey. But before we get to hockey, obviously, people were talking to me about the backup quarterback status for the Raiders. And, I mean, was it Nate Peterman as the backup? I'm like, nah, I can't see that. Big news with Mike Glennon signing. And I like Mike Glennon. I mean, I do live here in Tampa. Mike did a lot of different things for the Bucs. He didn't really get his opportunity. He signed a large contract to be the starter for the Bears, and now was the year the Bears went up and they squeaked in, or not, what was it? They put together a package, moved up to get Mitchell Trubisky, and Trubisky has been their quarterback pretty much since. Now, Glennon started that year, wasn't the greatest, but I tell you, he's plug and play. He's definitely a very cerebral, smart quarterback. He'll be everything that you want for in a backup. A backup has got to be able to play at a moment's notice. Good signing by Mike Glennon. Good signing for the Raiders with Mike Glennon as their backup quarterback. Word on Marshawn, not yet there, Tig or Kelly, whichever one. Lynch is a free agent, and he's going to go through the process. Now, notice we haven't heard any words about Marshawn Lynch going out to anybody because I think that he wants to come to the Raiders, whether they want to bring him back. Bob Dar, if you can't hear, go to YouTube. Better audio on YouTube, okay? Trust me. Got to go to YouTube. That's why I tell people. So, I signed up under this man. Don't know how to change it. TBH. Oh, okay. Whatever, sweetie. Hey, you're here. Make sure you subscribe while you're here. But yeah, it's always great to have everybody come over. Bob, go to YouTube. Tell everybody that. Mandy Smith, love you, darling. If you can, please come over to YouTube. I guarantee you'll have better audio. And let's see here. I think Ray's waiting on one to see if he's healthy. That's true. Well, there you go. There are plenty of plenty. There are a few running backs available. Marshawn is not the end-all, be-all. I mean, but I think the Raiders are going to give him first opportunity because obviously he wants to play in Oakland. This is the last year in Oakland, although that's still not official. Even though that they signed, there's my girl, Valerie. Thank you for coming, sweetheart. When I get that line open, I want to hear from my girl, Val. And Ed, thanks for coming aboard. Even though they signed that they could play in the Coliseum, when I called up about tickets the other night, I was told that that's not official yet. So it's like 99.9, but they still haven't come in with the tickets. So we'll see. I mean, I'm waiting. I mean, I'm a season ticket holder. I'm waiting. So we'll see what's going on. Cher, good to see you as well. Love to see everybody come over. Bob, everybody's over on YouTube. Now, people that are on YouTube, you can hear great, right? You can hear great. Better picture, better sound. Thank you. So, the big thing today, two big things, is that Gronkowski retired. So, that is going to throw a wrench in the tight end market because there's a lot of good tight ends this year, and the Raiders are waiting and hoping that one of them will drop to 24, 27. I think that if the Raiders want a good tight end, they're going to have to move up to about 15. Because if they want the best tight end available, to me, it's Hawkinson. Fant is like a little bit behind, but Hawkinson is the man. Hawkinson just reminds me of so many of the great prototype tight ends. You know, big, strong, fast, can block, and can catch. Great. They're going to have to move up. But if not, there are plenty of good tight ends available for this draft. And I tell you, the Patriots are going to grab one because they know it's a tight end rich draft, and they need their tight end. And how great have the Patriots been with Gronk there? So it's gonna blow out some of the plans of those that are wanting tight ends. El Rondo, thank you for coming aboard. Kelly, thank you, darling. Glad to see that. Jimmy Farrell, the game is on board. I said, love my ladies, love my wenches. Love my wenches. I want the back from Memphis instead of Josh. Yeah, I've seen some video of him. The final thing is that George Iloka, who was in for a visit with the Raiders, left to go to the Cowboys for a visit. He didn't sign yet. So he is still out there. He is still out there on the market. I would like to see George Iloka signed. I think he's only about 29. There's no running back in this year's draft worthy of a first-round pick. Not true, Bob. I think Jacobs is worthy of a first-round pick. That's about the only one that comes to mind right now is Jacobs. But there are plenty of good talents. Like I said, Snell out of Kentucky in round 2 or 3. Jordan Scarlett from Florida would be a great back. Mike Smart, Big L, come on over to YouTube. Go to YouTube, better sound. But there's plenty of guys available. Then we're looking forward to WrestleMania. Actually, Kelly, WrestleMania, they said it's going to come here to Tampa. I'm not a big WrestleMania fan, but that whole week where they just draw it out like Super Bowl week, I'm going to be interested in going to see what's going on with WrestleMania. It's a sporting event. It's an entertainment event. I'm going to be checking it out. ESPN Live has us taking quarterback in the later rounds. Yeah, I see that. Hopefully it's not one of these guys that everybody talks about. Like I said, I want that Duke quarterback. But I think he's going to be gone within, you're going to have to use a second rounder on him. And I don't want to use number 35 on him. But if we can move back and maybe pick him up. As Jimmy Farrell says, he wants mostly defense. I agree there. But, there are plenty of good guys that are available. You got to throw some offense in there. Can I get a happy birthday shout out for Glenn Ritzman? Hey, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, big Raider fan Glenn Ritzman. Happy birthday to you. How about that? How about that? Not bad for an old crooner like me. Happy birthday to Glenn Ritzman. You got it, Joe. He wants Hollywood. Yeah, Tommy Beard, I know. You want Hollywood, the back out of University of Miami. I got it. Here's my surprise face. I got it. Miami. Thanks, Jimmy. If it's in my vocal range, I can do it. If it's in my vocal range, I can do it. Not too high. I used to be able to sing falsetto, but that's then. Ed Witzel basically told Tommy to pack sand. Okay, I'll tell you what. What we're going to do is this. I know y'all are waiting to go, okay? So here it is. Valerie, I definitely want to hear from you tonight. Cher, I want to hear from you tonight. Kelly Perez, all my ladies out there, I want to hear from the Raiderettes because it's always a great time to hear from the Raiderettes. Got another subscriber. Thank you, TB Hawk. Thank you. We're going to blow this up, baby. We're going to blow this up. Go to YouTube. Get your friends out here. The line is open. 813-699-0834. 813-699-0834. Yeah, okay. Antonio Brown's cousin. I got it. Yeah, I know you want him too. Line is open. Definitely want to hear from my Raiderettes. Definitely want to hear from Kelly. Definitely want to hear from Valerie. Love Valerie. Cher, want to hear from you. I hear Hollywood is great at chess. Okay. If you think Seattle will extension with Russell Wilson to trade him, wow. I mean, I can't see Seahawks trading Russell Wilson, but stranger stuff has happened. So we'll see. Jimmy Farrell is going to be coming aboard. I got to put the volume down because I know he's coming aboard. Come on, where is it? There we go. Okay, Miss Perez, ZD Perez, gonna have to wait. I gotta listen to Jimmy Farrell for. Oh, okay. Well, ZD Perez, is this Kelly Perez?
Hello.
Hey, how you doing? You are on, sweetheart. How you doing?
I'm doing just fine. How are you?
I'm good. I'm glad a Raiderette called in first of the show. I was ready to get Jimmy Farrell there, but he didn't hang out. Glad I'm opening up with a lady. Love it. Talk to me, darling. What's going on in your mind tonight?
Not much. I'm really excited about this upcoming season with the Raiders. I hope that they can make it this time.
I think it's going to be a great season. Obviously you don't win the Super Bowl in March, but I think the Raiders have done enough in free agency where they grabbed some key players at key positions, and that includes free agency / trades with Antonio Brown. I kind of lumped them all together. If you get Antonio Brown for a third and a fifth, that's awesome. But I will tell you this, okay? The Raiders are going to need to trade back into the third round, and because the bulk of the great picks are first through fourth round, okay? I mean, yeah, you can pick up some better picks, 5, 6, and 7, but we need that third round pick back. And the best way to do that is for the Raiders to trade back one of their picks, pick up that third rounder that they picked up for Antonio Brown. It'll be great. And they have been doing a lot of good things, Kelly, and you see that, and it's great to be in that mode of we got a lot of good things going on. And I tell you, the draft is literally 1 month from tomorrow. I'm going to be driving up. Right now the flights are too expensive, so it's looking like I'm going to be doing like a 13-hour drive from Tampa to Memphis. So hopefully I'll be making the draft. If there are any Raider fans in Memphis, let me know, because all I need is a couch and what do you call it? An electrical outlet for my CPAP machine, and I'll be doing really good. Kelly, what are you most excited about that we've done this off season?
I'm glad that we got Antonio Brown. I'm really happy about that.
Now, I tell you, though, getting Brown was great, but don't rule out the fact that getting Terrell Williams with him gives a 1-2 combination of where maybe the Raiders might have I would definitely say a top 5 duo in the NFL as far as receivers. Okay?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
The third round. Now, was that the third round pick that we got from the and it's Brian Gribno? It's the third round pick that we picked up, I think, in the the Osemele trade. Hopefully so. Maybe I just saying that the Raiders needed to get. I saw that they needed to get it. I might be mistaken, but we definitely need to make sure we get our third round pick back. Okay, there you go. And Kelly, what else is going on? It's always good hearing from you. I'm so glad you came over, hon. Definitely so.
Yeah, no worries. It's a lot better quality.
That's why I said YouTube, better sound, better picture. And again, you can't beat it. And make sure you subscribe while you're here, because like I said, when the season is on, I'm going to be doing my videos over here on YouTube. There's less BS on YouTube and better quality sound and audio. So
I definitely subscribe, that's for sure.
Well, hey, thank you, hon, and make sure that you get the word out, because this is the place to be.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else, hon? And it's always good hearing from you.
Oh, no, really. I hope you have a really good night.
I will. And make sure to watch, like I said, on the shows Sunday nights, Thursday nights, and then I'm going to be doing interviews with folks. That's going to be on Wednesdays. When I do pick up the Coast to Coast Raider Nation podcast, that's going to be on Wednesday too. So I'll probably do one or the other on that. But we're going to be busy here, and I'm so glad that you're going to be here hanging out with me. It makes you feel good.
Yeah, it makes me feel good too.
All right. Anything else, hon?
No, you have a good night.
All right. Thank you, Kelly. Most appreciative. Thank you for calling in, hon.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Good night. All right. That was Kelly Perez. Love to have participation. Thank you for those that were here. Again, go to YouTube. Jimmy Farrell's calling back. Hang on, let me turn my other. Okay, Jimmy, I got you on here. I tell you, it is just loud. Jimmy, are you there? Hello, Jimmy, are you there? Hello, I'm hearing you. Hello. Well, we got a bad connection. Jimmy, call back. We'll try it again. 813-699-0834. I know Jimmy wants to talk about hockey, and that's good. Oh, no worries, Kelly. It's good hearing from you. I'm glad you're there. Got a reboot. I'm fading. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Jimmy Farrell's coming back. There he is. Jimmy, do I got you this time? Hello? Jimmy Farrell, are you there? Bad comms. Jimmy Farrell, I had no problem with Kelly. I don't know what the issue is. So be sure to call back in. We'll try it again. Hopefully we'll get it done. I'm going down to only two screens on this one. We're going to try one more time. Jimmy Farrell, you there? Jimmy?
Yes.
Oh, okay, good. I hear you now. Thank goodness, man.
Oh,
well,
time's a charm.
There you go. Third time, man. Talk to me. I know you're gonna be talking.
Before I talk about my hockey team, did you your Tampa Bay Rays? You notice the blue light they have in the stadium?
Yeah. That's their big what do you call it, promo thing this year. And one person was saying it kind of looks like the underside of the ship from was it not Veteran Independence Day, the alien ship. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Here's the thing. The Trop has been a very gloomy place for a while, and anything that they can do to make the atmosphere better is going to be good for baseball. It's going to be good for the fans. It's actually also good for the players because you'll be able to pick the ball up a lot better. Because I tell you what, the Trop hit is known for like these, really weird ground rule doubles where it'll hit the one ring. It'll be it pops down. It'll be better for baseball. I think that'll work. So it's all good, and I think it'll be good for everybody there.
And they lost their new stadium. They're not going to build a new stadium around here.
Well, the new stadium that they were going to go into Ybor, those talks went right out the window. They didn't finalize them, and it's a shame because I tell you, if the Braves move over to Tampa, there will be more fans there, and it'll be a better experience for everybody. And I tell you, but at least they're doing some things positive while they're there at the Trop. Up until that time that they do move, it'll be a good fan experience. And by the way, Tropicana and the Rays are going cashless this year. All of the people will have to bring a credit card, and all your transactions will be done via a credit card, no cash at all.
Well, my buddy told me that two things. He told me that they're closing it up a level, and if you go to 7-Eleven or something, they give you like a good deal on a seat.
I'll have to check that out. I'll have to check it out. But I mean, I get the only time I usually get my tickets with the Rays, I get the military tickets. They have the free military Mondays and Tuesdays. They call it the military nights, and then usually they'll have like the weekend game. They'll have like the military tickets. Like when the Red Sox are in town, you can get a ticket for $25. When the Yankees are in town, you get a ticket for $25. Pretty much every other game, it's $15 a seat. And that's when I go. And I will go when there are things that they give out, like the bobbleheads and things like that. So I'm going to spend $15 to $30, maybe $50 if I get two tickets. I think parking is about $20, 15 during the week, 20 on the weekends. Gas, of course, but it's a good time, and as long as I get my bobblehead out of it, I'm happy.
Right, but they closed the upper level of sport like the front side. They closed it off, like they do in Oakland. Right.
And the thing is that people were commenting that the stadium always looked like it was deserted. There were fans there, so basically, in order for that to for them to have a better look aesthetically with the fans that are there, they're going to bring everybody down into the mid-levels and the lower bowl, and it's going to look better for TV, and that'll work out well.
Yeah. Before we get to my hockey point, did you see the Mike Trout press conference today?
No, I would.
They had it outside in front of all these fans. I'm like, It's a press conference.
No,
Why
no.
are you doing it this way?
Did not see that. I was watching my Phillies play. Then, of course, traffic on the way home. So it was outside?
It was a press conference. It was outside, like outside the stadium. I guess what, in Florida, wherever they do the spring training. And it looked like he was like going, you know how they have the Hall of Fame and have it outside in front of. That's what it looked like. I'm like, this is a press conference because he got signed for 12 years. I was like, who cares?
Yeah.
They're so silly. I never saw anything like that in baseball. Never.
Well, I tell you, first off, the Angels played the Cactus League, so it would have been out in Arizona somewhere.
Okay.
I think they play in Phoenix, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter. Honestly, Jimmy, it doesn't matter what you think. It's what the majority of people think. If they want to bring out Mike Trout as a quote unquote man of the people, then maybe it's their PR machine working, saying that, hey, yeah, the guy just signed for $430 million, but he's an average Joe. It all depends. It's probably why.
Yeah.
So talk to me about your Islanders. I know you're getting ready to talk to them about it.
Yeah, better weekend this weekend. Sadly, they beat your Flyers 42. They had 2 late goals in the third period, which I couldn't watch the game because that's how nervous I was about that game. I was afraid to watch it. I mean, I don't know if you know, but they have this app. It's called MSG Go. You can watch the game for free on your phone, which is pretty cool.
Really?
So it's called MSG Go.
Well, is that just for the New York teams, right?
I don't know if they do that for like other teams, but I know they do it for the Knicks, the Rangers, Devils.
And there you go. The reason why it's all the guys that have contracts with Madison Square Garden and the MSG network. That's what it is. Right. So yeah, I'm sure. The Phillies and the Flyers and the Sixers are all Comcast. So it would be up to Comcast whether they want to do that. And
maybe Comcast has an app for it. To take a look. You never know.
Maybe.
They might have. But it's pretty cool. I mean, you can watch a game for free on your phone.
And by the way, 1 second, I need to let folks know, if you want to knock out Jimmy Farrell, because he's been on for 5 minutes, the number is 813-699-0834. If you're on Facebook, please come to YouTube. Better sound, better video. Come on, Jimmy, talk to me more.
And today I had a decent one, another shutout for my team. They played the Coyotes.
But it's the Coyotes, man. They suck. Come on.
No, they're playing well lately.
Dude, look, I'll tell you what. Let me look over here. NHL standings.
In the playoff spot.
Okay.
I don't know how many points. It might be 2 points, maybe.
It's taken a little bit to get to. I apologize. 2 computers, got a bunch of windows up. I will tell you in a second. But I know the Coyotes are not a really good team. Okay. They are. Why do I got the East up? Okay, no, they're in the West. Okay. They are. Okay, they're Arizona. They are at 79 points. They're a game. Okay, yeah, they're a point out of the playoffs, but they're behind the Wild. I can't see. By the way, when did they become the Arizona Coyotes or the Phoenix Coyotes? Right?
Phoenix, yeah.
I don't know why they call them Arizona.
But they used to be called that, and then they changed it to Phoenix. Or was it the other way around? I don't know. They shouldn't even be in Arizona. They should be in in Quebec City or something. I'd rather watch a team playing hockey in Arizona.
Yeah. Oh, AJ says they're in Glendale, which is, it's actually where it's on the other stadium, right out. It's the stadium on the other side of where the Cardinals play, right, Doc? AJ?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember the parking lot is the same for both where the Cardinals play and where the Coyotes play. They're right in the same parking lot.
Right. So yeah, now we're back to 1 point out of first. I hope the Rangers. I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm looking for the Rangers to beat Pittsburgh tomorrow because they're tied with us. Well, actually, we're 2 points up right now. And a point from Washington. And we play Columbus Tuesday, and Thursday we play. I think it's Buffalo. No, Winnipeg, and then Buffalo.
Well, I'll tell you, Columbus.
6 games left.
I would say Columbus is going to be a tight game. Winnipeg.
That's going to be a tough game.
It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be.
No.
It's not going to be a walkover.
No.
But the thing is, remember, Winnipeg already has their spot locked up, so they might not be on their A game because again, they're already in. Let's see there. I think it says that they're other than Calgary, so they're the number 2 seed in the West. So they got stuff locked up. They might kind of be resting for the playoffs, so that might work well. We'll see.
You still think the Flyers are out?
Yeah, I think the Flyers are out right now. I mean, these last two losses have really hurt. They're 7 points behind the Canadiens with four games to play? 6 games? Okay.
Yeah.
So, 6 games. They got to make up 7 points in 6 games, and that means that, Carolina or Montreal have got to go on a losing streak. I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, the Flyers have done well this year. They got a lot of young guys. They're good. If they play a full season with Carter Hart, they're gonna be a lot better. Hey, somebody's calling in. That's Tommy Beard. I'm gonna let you go there, Jimmy.
Okay. Later.
All right, good hearing from you. That was Jimmy Farrell, and now we're moving over to the voice of reason, Mr. Tommy Beard. How you doing there, shipmate?
I'm doing all right. Just watching the tournament.
Yeah, which game you watching right now? I got Virginia and Oklahoma on my on that corner of my eye.
Right now, I just flipped it over to Ohio State Houston. I'm actually waiting for the Oregon game because I really want to see how that turns out.
Yeah, who's Oregon playing?
UC Irvine.
Ooh, yeah. UCal Irvine was actually the better team of all of the California teams this year. I think they probably had of all the teams, I mean, over USC, over UCLA, over San Diego State. I think UCal Irvine was probably the best college team in basketball out in California this year.
Close to it, probably.
Yeah, that'd be a good game.
It's going to be one of the games that's going to be up and down, because they both like to run.
Yeah.
So that's why I kind of really want to see that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, depending upon how long I'm on, I might watch, but I got one more Phillies game tomorrow, and I got other things I got to do, and moving all of these different things from room to room to room as the rooms get done is a royal pain in the ass, but you got to do it. And it's I mean, I got my regular job. I'm off tomorrow because I'm going to the game, but with the amount of time and things I have to do, I don't have a lot of time, and it's tiring. When I can't wait till things get done. When the Raider room gets done, I still have to have an interior designer come in and do it. So that'll be some time. So it's still going to be at least another month before anything comes to fruition at the earliest there, because I got to have my desk come in, and then it's got to be put together. And then I got to move all of my stuff out of here over there. But that doesn't mean that the room, all of the sides and the ceiling and all that stuff, that's going to be waiting for a bit. So it'll be a great place to do the show, but it's not going to have all the backdrop that I have here, but it will eventually.
Well, can't wait to see it done. I know the hell that you've been through to get it done.
Yeah, I have been. And thanks for the positives there. Yeah, I mean, when you get effed over by a man that I definitely do not have the positive things about. I know AJ is here. I know you're a man of God, AJ, but trust me, there are things that I don't want to say on camera to that person that effed me over, that contractor. But thank God, the contractor I have now is really awesome. So good thing, bad things happen, good things happen for a reason. I just hope that maybe I will be able to get through this without, we make sure that the ticker is still going. But yeah, it's going to be great when it's done. It's going to be fantastic when it gets done.
Well, did you see where the Red Sox got a big re-signing?
I know that they were in talks with Chris Sale. Is this somebody else?
That we re-signed Chris Sale.
Okay, yeah, I heard about that the other night.
5 years, $145 million. But there is after the third year, there is an opt-out.
Okay.
So I mean, he says he wants to stay in Boston and finish the 5 years. We'll see.
Well, it really all depends upon where the Sox are. The guy I was talking to today at the game was a Sox fan. I mean, he was definitely. Oh, by the way, and hopefully he'll join us sometime soon. He works for the power company, and he knows Bill Belichick personally. He knows Jason Varitek personally. He knows Tim Wakefield personally. So I gave him my card and said, hopefully he can spread the word. So I'd love to have these people come on board. I won't give away the Bill Belichick story that he told me, but it was rather amusing. So hopefully he'll come aboard soon. If not, then I'll tell the story myself. But it's a matter of if the Red Sox want to if they're still at their peak. I mean, right now, obviously, they're a playoff team. And I was one thing that I was looking for. I got mine yesterday. And you know what they had in this issue, right, Tommy?
What issue?
The baseball Sports Illustrated issue.
Yeah.
Okay. You saw what they had as far as who beats who in the playoffs, right?
Some of it. I didn't go through all of it, but I did see some of it.
Well, I'll give you a synopsis right here. For the American League, which you're obviously a little bit more concerned about, they have the Yankees, the Red Sox, and the Rays all making the playoffs in that order. Yankees number 1, Red Sox number 2. The Sox are game behind the Yankees, according to their prognostication, and the Rays winning another 90. But the funny thing is that they have the Rays beating the Red Sox in a wild card series.
I don't see that happening. And I'm not being disrespectful because I'm Red Sox and you support the Rays. I just do not see that.
Well, I mean, I honestly, if it's a one-gamer and it's up in Fenway, I don't see it either. But I guess it all depends upon if the Rays have better pitching this year. Then are the Red Sox going to rely on Chris Sale? Are they going to rely on the guy that they got from the Rays, whose name escapes me? I got his jersey.
Price?
No, not Price. The guy that just got last year. That was a really good. Literally, I got his jersey and it's signed.
Oh, the one that pitched. Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
Stood there and pitched all those games against the Dodgers. Turned back out and pitched.
Viola or you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, she was in the Yankee too.
Yeah. Great, but I mean, if the Rays if Snell is their pitcher for that game, I might take Snell over Sale.
I don't know. What I don't like is we offered to talk contract extension with Mookie Betts, and he didn't want nothing to do with it.
Right, and see, that's the other thing. If the Red Sox can keep their killer bees together, Betts, Benintendi, and Bradley, and it used to be there was another one, but he's gone. The bees up in Boston.
You got Bogarts.
And Bogarts.
Xavier Bogarts.
Right.
You got Bradley. You got Betts.
And Benintendi,
And then
right?
there's the other guy out in left field.
Yeah,
His name
Benintendi.
escapes me right now.
Yeah, the Italian guy, Benintendi.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you keep that core together, that's going to be really good. But if you said Bogarts didn't want no part of it,
No,
Betts, I tell
Yeah.
you, man, Mookie Betts is a catalyst up there in New England. You need to make sure. You need to make sure that Mookie Betts is part of the solution, because if not, he's going to be part of a very big problem up there in
He
Boston.
said he wanted to wait until free agent. He wanted to concentrate on this season, was his words.
Yeah, well, we'll see. The elder thinks it's boring talking baseball because it's not. I know why, because it's not Dodger baseball. And
Why ain't nobody worry about the Dodgers? A bunch of choke artists. They get to the big game, they choke. Just like every other LA sports team out there. They get to the big games, they choke.
AJ, I think that is a gauntlet being thrown out to you, shipmate. 813-699-0834. He's saying the Dodgers choke. Not my words.
They've been there once, twice. They've been there saying won a World Series since the 80s.
Not
what Tommy Lasorda wanted.
he's calling you a hater. I tell you what, AJ, I definitely want to hear from you. And having said that,
Rick, let me ask you this before I get kicked out.
Okay.
With Gronk retiring,
yeah,
where do you rank him at as all-time tight ends?
Wow, I mean,
because I'm sitting here trying to think of that, because me and my brother were talking. And I was trying to ramble through, because he called me off guard.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got Tony Gonzalez, who's got to be put up there, so in at least the top three.
Right.
Then I sit there and thinking Kello Winslow Sr., not Junior.
Yeah.
His father went to the U.
Yeah.
It's the father.
Right.
He's got to be up there in the top 4.
Let's go 10. Let's say 10 right now, because remember, you got to remember the guys that I know, Ditka, Mackey, okay? Those guys. Ditka and Mackey and even Ollie Matson, I don't know, I can't remember if Matson was a pure running back / tight end, but even those guys right there, Ditka and Mackey, I'm definitely going to say. Antonio Gates is actually a top 10. You can even say, you can throw in Casper and Christensen. Thank you there, AJ, because I was going to throw one of our guys in there.
Do you throw Witten in?
No,
even though he's coming back.
Not yet.
That just blows my mind.
I think Witten. I think if we went over Witten, Witten figured out how bad he sucked as a commentator, and they said, "Hey, you need to come back. You need to come back and get some bank while you can before ESPN fires your ass, because he sucks as a commentator." So he knows he had some ability left, and that's why he came back to football. So, I mean, he's like I said, Gronk. He's got a lot of hardware, as far as he's got a lot of those Super Bowl titles. The Pats wouldn't be the same team without him, but I'd have to look at the stats. I just can't say he did enough, because he was always injured. Man, he was injured so much. I just can't. I can't put him up there.
Just come to me, Jeremy Shockey. Yeah, I'm sorry, he's in my top 5.
And why is that?
Because he's a baller.
Because he's from the U.
Well, you said it, not me.
Because he's from the U. Top 10? Hell no.
Jeremy Shockey was a baller.
I tell you what, go look at the stats. Shockey was nothing. Nothing. Jeremy Shockey was nothing. He had maybe I'll give him 2 good years, and then he couldn't get arrested. I mean, actually, even the guy that went from the Saints out to the Seahawks, I can't remember his name, who actually he's the all-time leader for passing yards as a tight end, both for the Saints and for the Seahawks, Jimmy Graham is a better tight end than Jeremy Shockey.
And where did he go to school? Where did Jimmy Graham go to school?
The U.
You got it.
But,
and for people that may not know, he played basketball there too. He played basketball. He mainly played basketball there. And then I think it was the last year that he had eligibility. They brought him over on the football program.
But you said that Shockey was top 5, and Jimmy Graham has the most receiving yards for both the Saints in their history as well as the Seahawks. How the hell could Jeremy Shockey be better than him? Come on. Hey, if you want to flush him, AJ, give me a call, because right now he is at, you're almost at 15. I'm going to have to flush you pretty soon. What's your last comment there, big guy?
I'm just very interested in this NHL playoffs. And I'm still waiting on the Capitals to clinch. I mean, I don't know what else we have to do to win the clinch.
Well, it's like I said, the Capitals are going to be a tough out.
I mean, we've got Carolina twice. That's our next 2 games. We've got at Tampa, at Florida, Montreal, and finish the year with the Islanders.
Well, I tell you, you're probably going to lose your third to the Lightning.
It wouldn't surprise me, but that's fine. I'd rather beat them in the playoffs.
Yeah.
They can have the regular season.
True. But
I'll tell you this much, those last 2 games, definitely the game in D.C. was fun to watch.
It was.
2 teams that hate each other.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Oh, my. I had never seen – I mean, that almost reminded me of a Pittsburgh in a Pittsburgh and Washington game with all the fights that were going on and the check-in and everything.
Well, it was like, honestly, I'm going to go you one better. Old school Pittsburgh Philly game. You okay?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I heard the heavy breathing. I wanted to make sure you were okay.
Yeah, I was trying to scratch my back. I was itching. And it was at a place that was hard to reach.
You know what? That is a great segue to go on, buddy. I'll let you go. I'll let you go, Tommy Beard. You take care of yourself.
All right.
All right. Always good talking to Tommy Beard. Tommy Beard is, I mean, Jimmy gives me hockey, but Tommy gives me baseball and football and hockey. The most valuable player so far of my regulars. I got to say it. Tommy's up there. 813-699-0834. 813-699-0834. Matt Marinovich, definitely nothing like a Red Sox-Yankees game. And if I can get my boy Jerry D, who I haven't heard from in months, my goodness, I'm going to have to call him to see what's going on. Hopefully Jerry D can find us some Yankees-Red Sox tickets, and we'll all go up there for that game. I'll make a trip up there. It'd be great. That is a great time. Line is open. 813-699-0834. AJ, definitely want to hear from you, brother. Ed Winchell, I know, is out there. John Copeland, it was a rough loss for UCF. Did you watch the game, brother? Did you watch the game? My goodness. Hopefully we got some folks still there. TB Hawk. If we do, I think we go after Haskins. Maybe there he's talking quarterback. I think if that's that thing where we're working out Haskins was a smoke screen. I don't want a quarterback this year. I don't want a quarterback this year. If I want to draft a quarterback, I draft him next year. We got a new caller because I don't recognize this number. Who am I speaking to in the 725?
It's the pastor.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's right. I didn't get your new number on here. AJ, remind me to get your number on here, brother.
Yeah, well, yeah, man. Yeah, it's about time the West Coast speaks.
Oh, it is about time. I'm waiting for you. And I'm not telling anybody your number.
Yeah, they're still having problems with the head, coming around and understanding because it's too cold up there to think great. So, when they come off of that hiatus, then maybe we'll figure it out. You know what I mean? Come back to reality. The Patriots are falling apart. Nobody wants to play for them. They didn't sign any big names this year. Oh, what's wrong? Do you guys smell the? Oh no, we suck again.
Well, yeah, that's coming. That's coming. That's coming. I mean, the guy I was talking to, like I said, at the game today, amusing gentleman. Him and I both agreed, and this was even before I heard the news about Gronkowski retiring. Him and I both agreed that this is the last year for Belichick. And the reason why was we both saw, and I cited to him, I said, hey, Belichick told McDaniel a year ago when McDaniel had the job with the Colts and then he rescinded like a day later, he said, dude, stick around 2 more years. You'll have a job here. Just stick around. Don't go to Indianapolis. And he did. He came back, right? So he's not going to do that without the knowledge that Belichick is probably going to retire at the end of this year. And I think when Belichick goes, T-Bone, prima donna, Mr. Brazilian model goes too. Okay? And that'll be heavy. I don't want to see that bastard get anywhere close to a Super Bowl. And, 6 rings is about 5 too many for that SOB. But
yeah,
it's just the way it is.
I as you pull out the crystal ball here, let's just fast forward, right? Who they going to get to keep that dog and pony show going? Nobody. McDaniels is not Belichick.
No.
So let's stop smoking the stuff and take off the rose-colored shades, okay? They're going back, and the Browns are going to own them this year. That's going to be funny to watch because I think that kid who's playing quarterback and a no-name coach who has never proved anything is going to step up in that division. Somehow, some way, I think the Jets are going to run all over New England. Their defense is atrocious. They lost their prime defender and their left tackle to us. They say that the rookie's better than we got in Trent Brown. We'll see, but I don't buy it, okay? Brady's old. He's going to get his neck broke, get the stretcher. It's coming, okay? Indy's better. Dare I say it. But Jacksonville might decide to play this year, and if Foles gets it together, they're going to have their way with them too. So, no, I don't see them making it to the playoffs this year.
Well, wait a sec. Remember, Jacksonville is not in their division, for one thing.
Yeah.
Indy's not in their division. Okay. Now
I'm going right into the playoffs because head to head, somehow I got a feeling that if Nick Foles and them get going, who they got to beat down there? They're going to end up, if it's a wild card game or something, Jacksonville maybe, teeters or somewhere. They're going to meet up. And if that happens, good night. Irene, it's out, lights out, get the stretcher. Because that defense of Jacksonville, even though they lost a guy or two, I still think they're going to get up and, get going with the realistic quarterback now.
Okay. Well, like I said, now the thing that we all can agree on, the fact is that right now, there is nobody in the AFC least, and I said that correctly, the AFC least. There's nobody in that division right now on March 24th that we can peg to be any sort of competition against New England. Now, New England is going to be taking that division right now, pending any unforeseen major catastrophic losses of injury to Old Man River and not Old Man Rivers, but Old Man River, i.e. TB, I'm a vegetarian and don't mess with my wife because she's Brazilian. That dude. Okay, I can't see it. I mean, Miami sucks. The Jets suck, although they're going to get better with Le'Veon Bell. And maybe they're going to turn the corner. But I tell you what, Buffalo has been making the most run in that division this offseason. So maybe Buffalo might finally do something. Miami hasn't done squat. So it's looking like it's going to be Buffalo or the Jets that are going to be the closest competition to New England. But I really believe that this is New England's last year. I really believe that. And hopefully I'm right.
Well, I don't see them winning or going to no Super Bowl. So, you heard me there and book it. Another issue here coming up. I was posting comments on there. Las Vegas is really getting ridiculous with their ticket prices. And when the Raiders start, making free agent signings and this and that, when they sign Antonio Brown and this and that, they're trying to make Raider fans pay for it. What it used to be was when I first got my deposit down, was $150 for the first deck. Now, $1,500 for the first deck for a PSL, and tickets are extra. And now the second deck is $2,000, so it goes up even though you're getting further away from the field. Believe that or not. I'm gonna keep it real. I'll wait until the price goes down. I'm not gonna make them rich as well as it is on TV here locally in Las Vegas. So the heck with that.
Well, like I said, brother, the next time that there's something good out in Vegas, hopefully you got a room or a couch, and we'll go out and trip the lights. Fantastic. I already talked to Ariel, and he's all for me coming out there, and you and I and him having a great night out. So await the strip.
Vegas is always fun to have a good time out.
Right? Await for the captain and the elder and Mr. Ariel to come out and enjoy some Vegas strip time. That'd be great. But I'll let you know when I can. I'll let you know when I can. But looking forward to it.
My last comment about my Dodgers, unlike the East Coast, I'm not sitting here, on pipe dreams. Yeah, Kershaw's not the answer. He needs to retire. I hope they don't do it like they did Kobe and let him just have his way until he feels like he can go out. But, Kershaw hasn't been able to get it going. And, he does choke when it comes to the postseason. I'm pretty sick and tired of it. I'm actually shocked that they didn't make enough moves to get another bat in there. But we'll see. I can't believe the Angels decided to pay that guy $430 million. Like, really? I didn't see them, win any postseason trophy or World Series. So last time I checked, these guys are overpaid. It's getting ridiculous. And, we'll see. But my Lakers, they're tanking. Hopefully we can get the kid from Duke. If not, I like that kid from UCF also who can play center.
The kid from UCF, from Senegal. Let me see. Fall, I believe it's Taco Fall.
Yeah.
Yeah. He kind of reminds me of Manute Bol. He's a little bit bigger, but he's I don't know. I mean, I don't know if he's going to be able to hit the physical rigors. I mean, he's built bigger than Manute Bol, but he just reminds me of a slightly bigger version of Manute Bol. I tell you what, if the Lakers don't get Zion Williamson, they're going to be hurt.
Well, we'll see. I'm not, I'm not writing them off just yet, but Lonzo Ball and his dad with the fake injury thing. Every time there's trade talks, you never notice he starts up. Oh, I'm hurt. My leg ain't legging, and he's doing it again this year. And for an ankle injury, a sprain, you're going to be out, 2.5 months?
Yeah.
Guys in the NFL get an ankle sprain and they're back within a week or two. But this guy takes 2.5 months. That's just, it's obvious. And if I were the Lakers, I wouldn't say anything, and I would just trade him overnight to maybe Brooklyn. Or wait a minute, not Brooklyn, but some team that never goes anywhere. That's right, maybe Charlotte.
or Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of those. But Atlanta already has a point guard. That guy's pretty good. The Lakers, they messed up. They should have got De'Aaron Fox as an example. He got ball got burned in college in the playoffs, and turn around, and you see that ball and his dad. He's just a side showcase, and LA is sick of it. I'm glad I don't live over there for that nonsense. But imagine that. You're trying to play the game, and you got your father of all people up here, making it harder for the team and the management who you work for, which happens to be one of the most successful franchises in the NBA. 16-time world champion Los Angeles Lakers. Come on now.
I got you. But unfortunately, this is a case of what have you done for me lately? And okay, I'm sorry I'm missing some comments. Hey, Steve, this is the You Don't Know Jack About Sports show. This is all sports all the time. Now, the Raiders show is the Ask Captain Jack show. Two different shows. Mm-hmm. Make sure you're over there. Ask Captain Jack, Raiders centric. You Don't Know Jack About Sports, all sports. Bucko Pat, come aboard. If you can't, go to YouTube. Rube I'm glad I saw him over there. Yeah, and talking Cameron Bray. Bucko Pat, come on over to YouTube. And again, I got caught up. I'm caught up on my Facebook taskers.
No problem. And there's something I wanted to alert you to. I'm not sure if you heard it or not. All the way on the East Coast. Here in Vegas, the T-Mobile Arena and the Vegas Knights are rumored, and it's more than a rumor, are going to be moving to Henderson. They're building a brand new hockey rink out there.
Wow.
So that hockey rink that the Knights play in, the Golden Knights, either the Phoenix Suns or the LA Clippers might make their way to Las Vegas.
Okay. Well, I was going to say the Suns haven't had a really their fan base has been lukewarm. I can't see the Clippers going out there because the Clippers have a decent fan base in LA. As far I mean,
they're a better sell than Phoenix.
That's what I'm saying. Of those two franchises, I can see the Suns going out there. Whereas the Clippers, because remember, Steve Ballmer being the chief executive / owner / dude's got money up the yin yang, he's going to do everything in his power. He knows that he doesn't want to leave the LA market, no matter what the purple and gold have to say about that. He's not going to give up that market. He knows it's too important for him money wise, and that's why he actually got the Clippers.
Vegas is a hot sell. You come here, you have sellouts every night because right now they only have hockey team. They got some off-market baseball and some other stuff, but there's nothing really to hammer home until the Raiders get here. And if they get an NBA franchise, which they're going to get, when the Vegas Knights leave the T-Mobile Arena over here, mind you, the MGM owns the marketing rights for the NBA. So they have a hand in this, which is bigger than just, it's a possibility. Somebody's team is moving to Vegas. Yeah. And, we'll see. On the West Coast, I could see the Clippers leaving LA because they don't want to be the sideshow to the Lakers anymore. Every time they play, they have to look up at their banners because the Clippers will never get any.
Okay. Well, I mean, I can dig that. And Tommy Beard chimes in with the Suns were talking about going to Seattle. That is, I tell you what, Seattle not having a basketball team is horrific. Seattle was one of the best basketball home teams when the Sonics were there. It's a shame. It's a shame that Seattle has not had a basketball team. So there might be maybe two teams on the move. Now, I was going to say, and I know I know that every time you're talking about the Clippers, that knife is being dug a little bit deeper into Clipper talk. But you know, I can see it if as long as there is money to be made with Ballmer doing it, then I can see it. But until such a time, we'll see.
I see him moving here and changing that name to something else because they're going to need a new identity if they get up out of L.A. After all, moving originally from San Diego, as many don't know. I'm talking about those millennials that maybe
what the
San here a little bit.
Yeah, but, yeah, they were the San Diego Clippers when they started. In fact, they were actually the San Diego Sails.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's how old I am. I knew what the original name was, the San Diego Sails.
Yeah. Or maybe New Orleans gives up on the on that team and lets them go. You know.
Possibly.
Because now they have nobody.
Yeah, that's possible. And I believe
Davis is definitely leaving next year.
Did I get it right? Yeah. For those on Facebook, the link to YouTube is listed. And Chris Donnet is here. Thanks for coming aboard, everybody. Any other dispersions you need to cast there, Mr. Brayhew?
No, I'm good, brother. Just wanted to chime in. You know, it's always good talking to a salty doggy.
Yeah, thank you.
I want to say God bless the Raider Nation as well as yourself and all the you don't know jack about sports fans out there. And you know, it's a nice 76 day today in Las Vegas, so I'm looking forward to an 80-degree day on Tuesday, and you know.
It is
a blood thing.
Yeah, it was nice out here today. And again, I wasn't the gentleman who was here, and I'll get who it was. It was Steve Frank. Steve, like I said, I'll talk Raider talk, but if you're gonna bitch about my Phillies attire and baseball, football, you know, call in, brother, call in. I mean, you could do your comments. Call in over to YouTube, man. It's like I'll be more than happy. We'll go over them together. We'll go over them together.
Right. My last comment there, Saul. You know, that Philly shirt, it has to go.
No.
I get that you're all happy about Mr. Harper coming over and this and that, but let me tell you something. You're not going anywhere. You're not scaring me, my team, my Dodgers, and you're not going to make it out of the East Coast. And, you know, maybe Cincinnati with now Puig might have better shot than you guys with Harper.
Read the book. Read the book. I tell you what, the one thing I do agree with is that the Phillies winning the NL East, I agree with. With the Phillies winning the National League, I'm not going to go all in on that. Not this year. But I tell you what, when I look at the lineup that the Phillies,
St. Louis out there, you got the Dodgers are going to show up.
No. See, that's what I'm saying. Looking at what the Phillies have in comparison to what the Dodgers have, I'll take my Phillies right now.
Come on.
No, I'll take.
Out there, right?
They don't even have Chicago making the playoffs, dude. They don't even have Chicago.
They're still a tough out. They still got.
I take it back.
That can beat you.
I take it back. They have the Chicago being a wild card with the Cardinals, which means that there's going to be 3 teams in the NL Central: the Brewers, the Cardinals, and the Cubs. Like there's going to be 3 teams in the AL East. Okay.
Yeah, the Brewers again. The Brewers can find a way if they don't come out with a gimmick and if they play straight up. I don't know if they're going to be there or not, but they do have some good players on that team. I don't know. The Nationals.
The Nationals are picked second, 85 and 77. I think that's about right. I think the Nats may be a 90-win team, but like I said, we'll see. It does have the Phillies for the first time in forever since they won the World Series, I think. Actually, no, they lost to the Yankees a couple years later. But the Phillies going back to their prominence, that's always a good thing for me. I'm good. It's always a good thing.
I don't know if the guy's going to stay healthy or not. We'll see. Harper, there's some question marks. You know what I mean?
And you know what? It's not
these big ass contracts.
It's not. It's not all about Harper, though.
Yeah.
I tell you what, JT Realmuto has been the best pickup that the Phillies had this year on offense, and picking up David Robertson as a reliever, taking him off the Yankees, is going to solidify that rotation on the back end as a reliever. I tell you what, Nola and Arrieta.
Like the guy we got from Boston, our reliever, and I like our catcher now that's coming back after many years. So we're looking better actually. Maybe if we get a pitcher to replace Kershaw, but
we'll still, he's still your number one pitcher though.
He's old. It's time to go. Hang it up. Retire.
Oh man.
You ain't gonna see me go out there and try to run the 330-meter hurdle at my age. Come on now.
Okay.
I'm not, not trying to knock the numbers, but come on now. Let's be realistic.
Okay. Well,
that dog's not hunting anymore. He's not 25.
I appreciate your wonderful input, sir. I do. And there's not a facetious bone in my head that says that, because I love it. Okay, because you're making some comments and I enjoy that. But I don't know. I think the Phillies will take the Dodgers.
His time is over, man. That guy. Last year showed it all, and even the year before that. It's just he's not the same as he used to be. And that arm and that shoulder, first it was his back, and his back, and his back, and now it's his shoulder, his throwing shoulder. Oh, come on.
Well, like I said, we'll have a very good discussion in, let me see, August and September, definitely going into October. And that's why I said now in football season, this show is going to go to Thursday night, and then of course the Ask Captain Jack shows are going to flip flop onto Sunday. So we're going to do a flip flop between Ask Captain Jack, and you don't know Jack about sports, from Sunday to Thursday and Thursday to Sunday, the way that goes. And obviously more football talk on the Sunday nights, but we'll definitely talk about baseball all through that. For the shows that come on.
I'd love to join you in the future, and I'm going to get off here because I know other people want to get on, but I'd love to come on and join you on a live, even for a few minutes during football season or baseball. It'd be a lot of fun.
Sure.
You know what I mean? You and I got a great acumen for the sports knowledge and the history, so let's do it. Just name the date, and I'll if I'm free, I'll go ahead and do it.
Well, the thing is that I got to figure out a way to do like either a side-by-side on YouTube, and I'm not sure how to do that. I mean, I would have to do like a side-by-side in Facebook, and I'm getting away from Facebook. Facebook.
Yeah, it's hard. I know. Facebook's not what it used to be.
That's right.
Yep. Hey, well, God bless everybody out there. Be safe.
All right. All right. Thanks again. Great to hear from you there. That's my boy AJ, and we are joined now by Just Win Johnny. How you doing there, Johnny? Talking some Yankee smack I see in the comments.
Oh yeah, good. I've had a sore throat. I've been sick. I haven't called in and watched anything. I've been watching the Iron game. Johnny Manziel's been playing for the Memphis Express in the AAF game.
He's playing tonight?
Yeah, he's actually brought. I'm an Iron fan, so I've been home sick with a cold. I'm watching the game, and he's bringing them back. It's getting a little chippy now, actually.
Wow, I will have. Is that over on the NFL Network?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. I think that's what 220. No, that's 212. I think maybe. I'm doing DirecTV. So, yeah, AAF football, I got it on there, Johnny, just for you. Birmingham up 19-14 over Memphis. So, is he playing for Memphis?
Yeah, they just cut to him just now. He's actually doing pretty well. They did a whole snippet on him about how he said he had depression issues when he was in the NFL. I kind of don't hate him as much as I used to. Actually, watch the little sob story. But he's playing pretty good. So
Well, Johnny Manziel, as long as he doesn't get in his own way, or Johnny Manziel's biggest detriment to Johnny Manziel is Johnny Manziel. So if the kid could get his shit together, the world could be his oyster and onion. But we'll see. Bucko Pat says go Rays, by the way. I want to make sure you knew that too. Bucko Pat's going to talk to me about his Bucks pretty soon as well. But yeah, I'm glad that you chimed in about your Yankees, and I'm glad that you're calling. But dude, if you had strep throat, make sure that you're not calling too quick. I don't want you out for an extended period of time.
Yeah, sure. I don't even know if it was strep throat. It was definitely something close to it. When you get it, it just gets beyond the cold.
Yeah, yeah. And we need you well, because again, all of these wonderful, wonderful products that you've been doing for me, which I love, can't do it if you're on the disabled list, shipmate.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I think I kind of worked myself into the ground too. It's just I needed a break and I caught colds, but yeah, I'm definitely getting excited about Yankees baseball. And I'm not the biggest baseball fan. I mean, I grew up when I was a kid. I liked the Mets, which is ironic because my father is a Red Sox fan. My brothers are all Red Sox fans, but I lived in Yankee country. And I remember going and watching Carter, Strawberry, when the Mets were good when I was a kid, and my dad swayed me to the Yankees somehow. And he's a Red Sox fan, which makes no sense to me. But I grew up watching the Yankees be amazing, So I kind of got bored with baseball and stopped watching, but now it's getting exciting again.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Yankees have the last couple of years with the resurgence of their product. Obviously with Aaron Judge, and then getting Stanton, and then getting having Sanchez as their catcher, bringing in that other guy with that very large contract. I can't remember his name. They gave him a large contract this year. They got a lot of good players on that team. But I mean, they're looking to be the Bronx Bombers of old. But what they need to worry about is their pitching.
Yeah, well, the guy out of I was watching him the other day. He as a Raider fan too. And the guy wears zero. He very Ottawa-esque kind of. I just like the guy. And I was watching him pitch, and he excites me. Because I mean, I grew up watching Sandman. Rivera, Mariano was the man. So I was lucky to live through that. That whole cycle of him and Jeter and some of the greats and. But like you said, it kind of went off and it got boring. And I hate to say it as a Yankee fan though, but I've seen so many championships that it got boring. And the only thing that is exciting is the Red Sox team up with a rivalry with the Red Sox makes it exciting for the East Coast Yankee fan.
Yeah, I tell you what, one thing, and Chris Donnett was saying, and again, the Giants are only good on odd number years. So the fact this is a odd number year, Chris, maybe the Giants actually have something to say. And then maybe they'll knock out AJ's Dodgers. And then, maybe the Giants will do something for Bruce Bochy before he retires. Great manager, by the way. Great manager. I remember when Bochy was the manager down in San Diego when I was there. And I tell you, he just didn't get as much run as being the great skipper that he was. I'm glad that he went up to San Francisco, got those titles, because it's well-deserved. Great guy. But Yankees, I tell you what, Johnny, how do you feel about Joey Cora being, or sorry, not Joey Cora, I'm sorry, Aaron Boone being your manager?
I was saying that to someone, nothing will ever be any Yankee moment. I was in the stadium when he cracked that one against the Red Sox when they came back, and he hit that one too. It was left field, and the whole stadium was going nuts. People were hugging cops. Like, I don't mind him. I'll always hold that moment. I was there. I saw it happen. It was one of the greatest baseball moments ever, that I've witnessed. And when he led us back to beat the Red Sox. So I'll always cherish him for that. Even though, he wasn't one of the greatest Yankee players ever, but that one moment was just amazing. And it meant a lot. So I don't mind him as a manager.
Well, remember, Aaron Boone and Bucky Dent have the same middle name, man.
Yeah.
And it begins with an F.
Yeah. It's I mean I like him. It's fun. And the other day too, I was watching because I'm starting to watch them again. And they're interviewing my wife. I listen to the Michael Kane show because it's local. Obviously, he broadcasts them. So I've been listening to more and more about him, and I don't mind him. I mean, I didn't mind him as a player, like I said, but he was never one of those amazing Yankees. But he played a role, and like I said, it'll always be in my memory for what he did.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, I like the fact that Boone is kind of like Gruden, is that he came out of the booth. He's very cerebral. He's actually younger in the fact that he's that young, dynamic coach with the stats and the different mindset, going from a booth to a front office job without ever having done it before. Joey Cora being the same, or sorry, is Alex Cora? I think it's Joey Cora up in Boston. I tell you what, these young guys, and then you even got, like you said, the Rays manager, Cash, who, these young guys in their roles with the way that they're managing their teams, it's a big difference than the old codgers going back out there and doing it the old-fashioned way, and things are being very well for him. So we'll see what happens. It's not Walter Austin or Tommy Lasorda and the old bastards, or even Zip Zimmer, coaching any of these guys. These guys seem like they just maybe 1 or 2 years out of playing, ball for any of their teams, and they're managing these guys to World Series championships and long runs in the playoffs. So we'll see what happens. I tell you what, but the American League East, probably the hotbed of the best baseball in baseball, and I'll give it that.
But that's kind of why I was checking in the comments and people are talking like Dodgers this, that. The Red Sox and Yankees are holding it down right now. I mean, it's back to the piece of the East again, and people are going to World Series. It's going to come through this way. I mean, the Red Sox barely, squeaked past the Yankees last year. Yeah, they won it. Yeah. But doing what I'm seeing already, and just spring training games and stuff. The Yankees they're primed, and they with Judge and the lineup they have. It's their batting order is just crazy. Yeah.
And I tell you, like I said, Murderers Row is revisited in New York. Like I said, Stanton, Sanchez, Judge. That, like I said, that one kid whose name escapes me. They just got a lineup from hell, and I think that the Sox got the better pitching, the Yankees got the better hitting. Now, normally better pitching beats better hitters, but I don't know. I don't know if that's going to happen this year, so we'll see what actually happens.
Dude, that's the thing. I sound like a small fan saying that, but I told you, I'm more a diehard Ravens fan than anything. But I grew up in the Yankees market. I like the Yankees. I can kind of spoil, but what you just said is what makes me want to watch it again now, is that we have a crazy hitting lineup that we go against a very good pitching lineup with Boston. It's going to make it really exciting to watch again as a fan. Yeah.
But again, I don't want you to lose your voice there, Johnny. So give me your best out the door. And because this way I know you're going to be working on all of the different things that you got working on. I'm not going to have somebody said, hey, he threw out his voice talking to that old bastard sailor.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you actually one Raiders thing. How do you feel about Glennon?
I like Glennon, and Tommy Beard says he sucks. Being the fact that I'm down here in Tampa, he's not a great starting quarterback. He's not, but he is a good what you want in a backup. He's your prototypical backup quarterback, can come in right off the bench, knows enough. He's smart. He's cerebral. He's gutsy. He'll get the job done. And I think he'll be better than what the Raiders have had at backup for the last couple of years. I think he will be on a par with the guy that used to play for the Manuel. I think he'll be on a par with Manuel. He has a better knowledge of the playbook than Manuel ever did. Manuel might be more athletic, but I think Glennon will be a good quarterback for what the Raiders want in a backup.
Yeah, it just like I said before, Manuel didn't bother me because he could get the job done, But I don't think I still think we have the answer. That Christmas was destroyed when Derek Carr went down. I know it's a backup; it's going to be a backup role, but I don't think we have the answer yet.
I think we'll be okay. I mean, obviously, if your backup quarterback is playing more than you want, your season is tanked. Okay, but I think that he will be what you want. AJ, anybody playing in Arizona is going to suck. Okay, when Tampa had a decent offensive line, he was decent in Tampa Bay. He went up to Chicago and stunk because Chicago didn't have anything for him to do as well. You're only as good as the players around you, and I think that Glennon will be more than adequate as a Raiders backup quarterback. I honestly, firmly believe that. And I'm not smoking something. I think that with the players that the Raiders have on offense and with a better offensive line than he ever had in Arizona or in Chicago and even in Tampa, and Bucko Pat knows this. Bucko Pat knows about Glennon. I think that the Raiders have gotten a good backup quarterback. Not your starter, but a decent backup.
Well, that's one thing this year. I mean, because I watched Scrooge 1.0. I understood I played football, but now that I'm older, and this year, especially watching him strip the team down, I definitely trust the system because the numbers were showing it this year. They were starting to flash, and he didn't have the tools that the weapon team needed. This system is so intricate and smart that he needs the weapons to really succeed. And we were having success, not winning games, but in games. And the numbers were there with Carr. Yeah, he made some dumb mistakes. But I trust Chucky's system this time around. I mean, I trusted that watching the first time it was good, but I definitely trust it. So I agree that, someone like Glenn could survive in that. But I don't want to come down with that.
Okay, Johnny, I'm definitely going to let you go because I hear your voice and I look at the timer. I'm definitely going to have somebody come on. Get with me for further work, and you know what we're talking about. Always a pleasure, shipmate, and take care of yourself.
Take it easy. Bye, guys.
All right, that's Johnny. Just win, Johnny. Appreciate all that he's done for the program, and again, I can hear it in the voice. And when you have a strep throat or a really bad, it sucks. I'm not going to be accused of breaking them. Line is open 813-669-0834. I do have on the Memphis Birmingham game. Looks like Birmingham is it's up by what, 9? No, 11. Yeah, but. Memphis is coming back, but Manziel is not playing. I don't think. I thought I saw another guy. We'll check it in a minute. We were talking about Johnny Manziel. Yeah, that ain't Manziel. Guy's bigger than Manziel. I don't know what his name is, but we are talking football. And again, this is an all sports show. Again, I love talking football. But if the Raiders ain't playing, I'm going to watch something. I'm a sports guy, okay? And I'm not knocking people that are crapping on my teams. I mean, I am not a bandwagon fan at all. Everybody knows I love my Flyers. Flyers are not making the playoffs, okay? In basketball, I really don't care about basketball, okay? But I have always liked the Spurs since George Gervin was on the team. And then, of course, when the Admiral Robinson was there, because I'm a Navy guy, okay? I liked the Warriors when they were in Philly, and I kind of moved with them out there when they went to San Francisco / Oakland / California / Golden State. So, but I'm not really, I don't have a lot of, in basketball, I just like to watch a couple different players, and I don't even tune in till June. I'm not, don't really have that strong tie. But, Sixers, obviously. I mean, I was there when the 76ers were the worst team in basketball in 1972. I lived there at the time. So it's good to see the Sixers back. I like the Magic because I'm from Orlando. Again, so I have a plethora of teams in the NBA because I'm not really an NBA fan. I just kind of like pick it up at the end to see who's playing. But I admit that. I'm not a big basketball guy. So, but we're talking sports. If you want to chime in and Bucko Pat, if you want to get in there, last year the Warriors going to have this team. Yeah, because, KD's out. KD's out. Most likely. Line is open, 813-669-0834. Johnny, thanks for calling in, buddy. Get your throat straight. Get your throat straight. We did hear from AJ tonight. We heard from Tommy Beard. We heard from Jimmy Farrell. Obviously, Johnny was there. Haven't heard from Ed Winchell tonight, though. Oh, and we did hear from Kelly Perez. Love my wenches. She started out the show. Love to see that. Ruben, you're up if you're still here. Ed Winchell, we haven't heard from you. John Copeland hopefully is still in the house. We had Chris Donnett. Now, Chris last time had his kids with him, so that's why he couldn't call in. I understand that. TB Hawk was here earlier, and we said Ed. Thanks for coming again. Polo was here for a little while. Brian. Thank you, Brian. See who else was here tonight. Coming back, Matt Marinovich, the game share from Vegas was here. Valerie, love my Valerie. And let's see what else we had. So yeah, we've had a good crowd tonight. We had a good crowd. But if you haven't called in yet, it's going for 11. We've been on for an hour 37. I'm tired. I admit it, but I'd love to talk. I'm probably gonna cut the show at 11 o'clock. We got plenty of time. We got over 15 minutes. I should have at least one, if not two, calls by then. So if you haven't called yet, line is open, 813-669-0834, 813-669-0834. We've talked NCAA. We've talked Raiders. We've talked baseball. We've talked hockey. Cardinals moved back to St. Louis, Oakland once the Raiders moved to Vegas. We'll see. Somebody came in. Thank you, Bucko. Good to see. I called him out in a good way. Pat, how you doing, brother? Good to hear from you.
Yes, sir. How you doing this evening?
I'm good. I asked. I had put it out earlier. Keith Kunzig saw one of my expressions and said, "Hey, Keith, I'd love to have somebody come in." I had your name out there. I said, I want to have one of the local Bucks people call in because I want to hear from a loyal Bucks fans what they think about what's going on in free agency. I mean, obviously the Bucks have lost quite a lot in players they just could not keep. But what do you think so far from some of the splash moves that the Bucks have made and your overall prior to the draft? Overall feeling about what's going on in Tampa Bay land?
No, I honestly think we're going in the right direction. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see a 3-4 defense because, I mean, we've always basically stuck with the Tampa 2-4-3. But going to a 3-4 defense is going to definitely be interesting to see. I do like the Perriman signing, especially, with D-Jack, getting John McQueen's self out of here. I like that pickup. Buchanan is another one that I like. A lot of people are like, about him, but I think, he'll be good in the system. But then there's a big rumor going right now that we're actually possibly in talks to be trading for, I believe it's Darren Lee, the linebacker from the Jets. Their former first-round draft pick. Supposedly there's a story about us possibly trading for him.
Well, are you sure you're Darren Lee from the Cowboys?
No, it's maybe – hang on, Matt.
I'm gonna say because the Lee at linebacker, he's a linebacker, right?
It's Doran Lee. He's from the Jets.
Okay.
So,
Name's not sounding familiar.
Came out with that story earlier today.
Well, that would make sense because obviously Todd Bowles knows him and he knows that he can play in his system. So trading for somebody that Todd Bowles knows will play makes great sense to me.
Right. So, and then I think also too with Gronk retiring. I know I made this comment over on your Facebook page, and you told me to bring up my book over here. But I mean, with them, now needing a upper tight end. I mean, Cameron Brate could also possibly being put in the mix, to be traded possibly for like maybe a fourth rounder or one of, since they got so many running backs. Obviously we need one, so that could possibly something that could be in the works. But I mean, right now, I mean, we're strapped for cap space. So I mean, Cameron Brate's contract, if I'm not mistaken, is like $7 or $8 million. So that would, definitely free up cap space.
Yeah, $7 million, and I tell you, I'd love to have Cam Brate as a Raider tight end, but I don't know whether whether the Raiders want to take on. I mean, I know that they want a quality tight end, but with them losing Cook right now, I think that everybody is saying, they're going to roll the dice with Waller and Smith and Carrier and Butler, and they're going to take one of the tight, because this draft is so tight end heavy. For tight ends and defensive linemen, this is like oh my God, everywhere you turn, there's great talent at that position. Rush end, pluggers, and tight ends. This draft has got it all. So, I mean, you'd be stupid not to get all of that talent for cheap and for young in this draft. So we'll see.
Yeah. And obviously everyone's up and everyone got pissed off about the whole thing about us getting rid of Quan, which, I mean, I look at it on both ways. I mean, I look at it as a business move because, I mean, don't get me wrong, yeah, is he a good linebacker? Yeah, but you also have to think about things. He just came off of the ACL tour. He's out of I think he's going into his fifth season. He's only played one full season ever in his career. And then it goes back to us being, so strapped for cap money. It's it's a business.
Yeah.
A lot of our fan base down there is, oh, he's Mr. Popular, or, he's a fan favorite. And when you deal with the NFL, you have to look at it as a business. And, that's my outlook on that particular, headline here in Tampa. But, he got his money. I mean, what did he get? 13, 12 and a half, 13. So, but I do like the Behrman signing. I really think that's going to help Winston out. And I also think BA is really going to help Winston out, quarterbacking.
Well, who are you going with at backup? Is it the other Ryan that's been on the team for several years?
Yep, Ryan Griffin.
Yeah, and I think that he's a damn good prospect for you. I mean, like I said, he's been on the team about at least 3 years, and he's learned the knowledgeable portion of the game from Fitzpatrick. And if he has some of the intangibles of the physical tools that we would get with Jameis, that's a damn good backup to have. So I think you guys will be set with Griffin as backup quarterback.
Right. Well, my main concern still is our running back. I mean, I know we went out and picked up homeboy from Carolina, Arizona, but it seems like we're coming to Tampa Bay Cardinals.
Yeah, but then again, Bruce, like I said, this is going to be the Tampa Bay car jet bugs. It's people from the Cardinals coming in and people from the Jets are going to be coming in, and then the remaining core from the Bucs. So whatever conglomeration of Cardinals and Jets and Bucs that you have, that's what it's going to be, because obviously Bowles going to want somebody that he knows from both Arizona when he was out there under Arians, or anybody that he might have known up in New York when he was up there. Obviously, Arians has his field from, Arizona, and even possibly going all the way back to Pittsburgh if you want to get somebody that's maybe a little longer in the tooth. But they're going to go with guys that they know will do the job in the system that they're throwing out. And the result will be whether they're capable of doing the job, obviously, in win-loss records, or if you're going to be able to have a good team that goes in with a big smear of characters from other teams. I mean, the Raiders are looking at that right now as well. The Bucks are going to be looking at that. Whether it's successful or not remains to be seen. But, it might look good on paper, but like I said, nobody's ever won a Super Bowl in March. Nobody.
Right. No. Another quick thing too is, with us signing Barber to 1-year deal, I did like that. That was more of a, show me, contract. And then also too, I mean, there's still speculation that GM93 could be possibly, let go. That's still up in the air as well. I mean, I think his contract is 13 or 14.
Yeah.
So I mean, we have to free up some money because I mean, with the draft coming up, I mean, we got to make sure we have enough money to sign our draft picks. And right now, we don't have that money, so we're gonna have to, get some money somewhere. So we'll see what happens.
Personally, do you want Gerald McCoy back or not?
It goes back to, can he play in a 3-4 defense? Because, I mean, since I can remember, I don't remember Tampa Bay ever running a 3-4 defense. We've always done a 4-3, with Tampa 2. So it's depending. I mean, he sits there and says, it doesn't matter what technique I'm in, I can still get to the quarterback. But, I mean, if you look at his last couple of seasons, he's fallen off. I mean, Pierre Paul came in, racked up some good numbers. And then, we got Veda that we just drafted last year, which, even though he was hurt at the beginning of the season, when he finally got into the lineup, later in the season, he showed a lot of potential. And I mean, he's a big boy. So I would like to see him back, not just because he's a fan favorite, but it goes back to having that leadership on the field, which, we have Lamont David, we have a couple other guys, but I mean, we don't really have that veteran, guy on defense besides McCoy. Because, I mean, if you look at our defense, we don't have a lot of guys. I mean, Conti's been here a couple of years. Lamont David's been here a while. But, I mean, if you look past them and McCoy, we don't really have that, veteran person to, like Sapp was or Brooks, back, when in the 90s when we had that defense that was so good. We don't have that leadership. But again, NFL is a business. So, I mean, if he's willing to take a pay cut, talk to him. But,
yeah.
It goes back to, again, the NFL is a business. So,
actually, I think if you go back to the early years of the Bucks in the 76, the latter 70s, I mean, I know that they had Dave Pear and Dewey and Leroy Selman. Didn't they run a 3-4 then?
That was before my time, obviously.
Yeah, but I think they ran. Yeah,
I was born in '79, so I mean I do know a little bit of history of the Bucks before me, obviously. But from what I remember growing up, being a Tampa native, I don't recall us ever being in a 3-4.
Okay, well, I mean, I might be dating myself, but I thought that maybe it might not have been their base, but when I said go back to Leroy, Dewey, and Dave Pear in the 70s, and I think that Tampa ran, if they didn't run a 3-4, they had it as a portion of their arsenal. But again, I might be mistaken as well. What else you got for me there, Pat?
One other thing I think too is I think it's going to be interesting to see how Hargraves does this season, because I mean he got hurt last season, so I mean he didn't get to play. So I mean I think it's just going to be an interesting year all the way around. I think the offense is going to be a lot better. One, because I don't know if you remember seeing the story, but Jameis Chris came out himself and said, look, I did pretty much, he was like, I wasn't listening to the coaches, and that's why he fell off. But I think with BA, reminds me a lot of Gruden in a sense. He's a very no-nonsense coach, so I think that's going to help Winston going forward if we end up re-signing him, because that's one thing we've never re-signed a quarterback to a second contract that we just drafted ever.
Yeah.
So he might finally be the first quarterback we re-sign. So, but it's going to be an interesting year. I think, for both clubs, I think for the Raiders and the Bucs, I think it's going to be an interesting year for both teams. So we'll just have to sit back and see what happens. We still got this draft too, which, that's going to play a very big part for both of our teams. But we'll see. But,
most definitely, man. But hey, always good hearing from you, brother.
Yes, sir, man. I'll stay in contact with you, and everyone enjoy y'all's evening, and let someone else come in.
All right. Hey, thanks again there, Pat. You call anytime, man.
Yeah, buddy. All
right. Bye-bye. That's Bucko Pat. Have some good Buck knowledge here. I'm here in Tampa, so I kind of know what's going on in the game here. But Tampa Bay is going to be interesting this year with Bruce Arians and Todd Bowles. I tell you, with Todd Bowles coming in under Arians, the Bucs should go back to being a decent team. So I mean, it takes a little while, but we'll be looking for it. I got time for one more call. It's 9 minutes to 11. I'm not. Like I said, I'm going to the play, do some baseball tomorrow, but I'd love to have another call. Line is open, 813-669-0834. And again, thanks to everybody who's participated. The Memphis running back. I know who you're talking about there, AJ. Matt. Hey, Pat, Matt Marinovich says Winston is Jamarcus Russell part 2. Well, I tell you what, he might not suck as bad as Jamarcus, because Jamarcus was actually put out as the worst pick ever. I can't remember which magazine was it, but they were running through some things about who was the worst bust of all time. And yeah, it's Jamarcus Russell. But I think that Winston actually has more wins. So, I mean, honestly, Jamarcus still outsucks him. So, when's it going to really shine? We'll see. Show us the video of that running back, and then you want me to show you the video of the running back? I have to do that via OBS if I can figure it out. This is mostly a talk show, but if I can, when I go into the new studio and I have more of the gizmos and all the other things, and when I actually have the time to do it, then I can run OBS within the broadcast. Sure. But I'll have to get the capabilities to do it there, AJ. And right now I don't, because I'm not running OBS in my broadcast. I will when I have the time. I guarantee you, when I have the time to devote to it, I will. Fast and elusive and bounce. Yeah, I've heard some good things about him. But remember, we're kind of right now we're log jammed at running back because we have Richard is looking to, he's going to be on the team because they gave him a new contract. They haven't really. I think Washington's still on the team based upon contract, but I don't think they're going to keep both Richard and Washington this year. Okay. Warren, remember, is coming back from he was on the practice squad / on the injured list last year. He's allegedly going to be a big time player. Martin and Lynch are free agents, and I have not heard boo about any of them being brought back. Okay, So for all these people that want Martin and or actually most of them want Lynch back, I think Martin would actually be the better get right now. You know, they do need a running back, but I think that one will be had for them in the draft, and we'll see. I mean, like I said, Benny Snell from Kentucky. Tommy Beard loves the kid from Miami. I can't remember the hell his name is, but Tommy Beard thinks he's the second coming of the Messiah at running back. Okay. I like Jordan Scarlett a lot. I know I'm biased. I'm a Gator, but I really think Jordan Scarlett's going to be a decent running back in the NFL. There's plenty out there. So we're going to draft one this year, probably in maybe the 4th round. So we'll see. Probably in the 4th round, but we'll have to see. And remember, that's in 1 month from today. Guy from Memphis is the guy. Okay, I'll take your word for it there, AJ. Line is open, 813-669-0834. You still got a little bit of time. And Homer is the guy from Miami that Tommy chirps on. 4 minutes. If you get in within the next, say, 90 seconds, we'll go over. But other than that, we'll probably start tearing it down. What a stupid drop. Oh, they're in overtime. Wow. See, I haven't been paying attention. Memphis and Birmingham are in overtime. So that's unique. I guess when I was doing all my focusing here, I wasn't keeping an football game. Go Raiders. Thanks again there, AJ. So it looks like we're going to wrap it. Again, thank you for joining me on Sunday night. Join me Wednesday when Jim Tunney is going to be my guest, the 31-year NFL official, the only official to have done 2 Super Bowls in a row, definitely not going to be done again. And Mr. Tunney was the referee in Super Bowl 11, so I'll make sure I have questions on that. Get your questions together because people that always talk about, and I'm one of those conspiracy theorists as well, about how NFL officials screw over the Raiders. And we can cite, X amount of different things about how the officials gave us the wrong screw job. I mean, the obvious one being the tuck rule. There's been plenty of other things. I mean, the fact that Mike McCoy actually grabbed the fumble from Rob Lytle in the 77 AFC Championship game, and they didn't have it on the screen at the time, and there wasn't instant replay. Obviously, the Immaculate Deception comes to mind. Lots to talk about. And, but get your comments ready for Jim Tunney on Wednesday. Asking about the Cardinal first down. The Cardinal first down? Oh, okay. You're talking about Gene Steratore and the index card first down. Yeah, I know. I got you. I got you now. Now I'm receiving. Pass interference in the NFC. Yeah, that's going to be, yeah. I'll ask him these things, obviously, but make sure you guys come in and comment, because if I forget, you guys will making comments on that. So again, thank you for coming aboard. I see Matt still here, AJ, Brian, Tommy Beard as always. Bucko Pat's still here. Matt Marinovich, who else is still here? If you are still here, Johnny might be. But again, thank you for being here for the show. Remember, come back on Wednesday with Jim Tunney. Will be great. If you're over here watching on Facebook, and I think there's only one person watching, so I guess the word got out to obviously come over to YouTube. Unless the person was mad at me about, with a Phillies shirt, but hey, I'm a Phillies fan, and I stick with my teams. I'm not no damn bandwagon fan, so I'm going to do that. Yeah, I know we're all upset about that. But again, and thank you, blessings, the elder, AJ Brehu, giving blessings to everybody. Thank you for joining me tonight. I'm going to cut the broadcast. So until next time, remember Wednesday, come on by. And thank you for joining me on the show. This is You Don't Know Jack About Sports. I'm Captain Jack, and we appreciate everybody coming in. Thank you. We'll see you next time for whichever show. Ask Captain Jack, You Don't Know Jack About Sports, or the Black Shield and Galleon Wheel pod/webcast here on YouTube and Facebook. But we need you to come over to YouTube. Y'all take care. We'll see y'all next time. It's been real. It's been fun. I'm ending the stream now as soon as I get it to the right thing. Y'all take care. Have a good one. And good night.